make a little water sound for you here. I'm in the bathtub with Dr. Teal's pure Epsom salt soaking solution. This is the detoxify and energize with ginger and clay. I don't know about the clay here right now. But it says it's cleansing away my body's impurities. Am I doing an ad? I guess I'm doing an ad. Wandering the Aisles, brought to you by Dr. Teal's pure Epsom salt. Wandering the Aisles is brought to you by... When do they ever say Dr.? They don't say brought to you. Made in the USA. So, you can soak like a patriot. I got some candles lit here. 1, 2, I got 4. I got 5 candles. I got those little votive ones. It's sort of a Roman Catholic bath, I guess. Why is this guy doing a podcast from his bathtub? Good question. Let's figure that out together. Let's start here from the bathtub, and let's go from here. And that's it. That's what I've been doing. I've recorded like 20 starts to this thing. And it's frustrating. So if you think this is too heady or whatever, I mean, I don't blame you. I just got to send this out here. I just got to start. Because I'm finding my words again for the first time. You remember that episode of Knight Rider where Kit gets... If you don't know this reference, I'm not going to be able to explain the David Hasselhoff show about the talking car. But Kit got wrecked, and so they had to, like, build him back up. And there's a montage of all the Kit scenes of, like, him getting, you know, worked on and, like, revamped. And then there's this shot that I remember of him driving around with just the primer on, just this gray Kit, and Kit's like, they're testing him and he's getting back out on the course, and that's what it's felt like. And then I don't know, it's been a perplexing time because they say trauma is that which we can't find words for. Like, there's just not a narrative for it, which is part of the trauma. That's part of therapy, is writing this story. It's finding the words for the thing. You're like, what happened, Annie? What is this big thing you're talking about? And I guess it was just a typical, for most people, like just a breakup. But for me, that thing, it just brought back everything that was just broken from early on, if that makes sense. That's my alarm. I've been doing this thing where I'm trying to take breaks every 30 minutes, the Pomodoro technique. Jesus, Andy, stick to the thread. When you're getting interrupted talking about your trauma, that's life. I don't know. I guess that relationship sent me back to the drawing board, and I couldn't be more grateful for it. I'm happier than I've ever been in my life. Stand-up is going great. I just recorded an album and hopefully put to bed the last 4 or 5 years of my stand-up. That was emotional. That was an emotional experience. It's vulnerable. It's more vulnerable to me to say I'm happy. Not like shit's not going on, but I get it. I get it. I get what it means. So, since I'm feeling good now, I'm just gonna play a bunch of stuff from the last few months. since the last episode. No, there's no real thread to it. It's just a guy living his life, trying to make sense of things. I don't know. I want to play you this. This was a nice moment.
Go right on in an order on this cold night.
I pull up at the Wendys drive-thru, and this guy is just singing. How's the rest of that song go?
I don't know yet. I was just trying to figure it out.
I'm gonna go ahead and order. It's fucking freezing out. I'm joking around with you, but don't spit on my food, okay?
Oh, I ain't gonna spend no food. I'm just collecting money.
All right.
I'm the money collector.
I want a number 2, just the Dave's double with cheese and
Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Dave's double with cheese.
And fries.
How come you don't want no triple? Can't handle that big one?
Man, this is my first hamburger I've had in like a month, so.
Oh, so you're a vegan.
No.
Going back to the meat, right?
No, I was just on a diet and now I'm eating my feelings. All right.
All right, Dave's double with no what?
No, that's it with fries.
Oh, what size fries you want? Want to go large?
Let's go large.
There it is. You can drink tonight.
I'm just gonna throw it all up anyway.
No, you won't. You better not.
All right, I won't.
All right, so 8:34.
All right, buddy. And for some reason, Wendys is a marker of things this year. Processed a little anger. Here's a clip from my stand-up album that's coming out. Anger's something I've been struggling with lately. Like, it comes off of you. You can't stuff it down, you know? Guy flipped out on a guy. Have you ever been to a fast food restaurant when they're training, gets the trial run of the Wendys? I got to the speaker, and I felt like the kid was just phoning it in with me. I didn't like his attitude. And I don't even know what I said, but I just snapped and drove away and told the kid to fuck off. If you're ever telling someone through a little speaker in the back of a Wendy's that they should go fuck themselves, you're not in a good place. And then, of course, I recorded this interview with a horse jockey. I'm not sure if I'm going to air this whole episode yet, but I was really interested in horses and how tuned in they are. And that's something I've always struggled with because I always feel like I'm transmitting something that I'm not transmitting, that I don't mean. He sounds drunk. He's not. He's just been kicked. Literally. He's been kicked by some horses. Anyway, here's this. Horses are funny, aren't they, man? Because they're prey animals. So they just can tell if your heart's in the right place or not.
If you're scared of a horse will make a fool out of you instantly. And I wasn't scared of nothing I ever got on. Used to have one that was so mean he'd try to bite you when the people are taking a hold of your leg to throw you up on top of them. I'd kick the horse in the teeth.
Mark just has this simplicity. And I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Being There, Chauncey Gardner. He's got a little bit of that going, where you don't know if what he just said is the stupidest thing you've ever heard or the most brilliant thing you've ever heard. Not stupid, just straight ahead, simple. Try and do it. It's hard, I think. You gonna get a cart? Look at Mark, just decide. You're the decider. There's no hemming or hawing.
I went shopping with my sister for clothes to wear in Florida. And
I wish I
it
could have been
was
there.
driving me fucking nuts.
Yeah. Why's that?
I had getting a pair of Nikes in mind. As it is, I turn up buying a pair of fucking Adidas. And the night before, I just bought a new pair of Skechers.
I don't understand that story. You ended up with Adidas or no?
Yeah, I got Adidas and I got the Skechers.
I notice when I hang out with you, I start talking like you. Like slow and deliberate. and a little bit of like a country thing to it. You've got.
There's an exactness to everybody, I guess.
It was quite an experience to go spend a afternoon at Target with him and Smith's and get to know him a little bit more. And the next preview I want to share, because this is definitely going to air in its entirety, is the Sweat Lodge ceremony. Adrian Lambrinos, he's an amazing Native American friend of mine who was kind enough to get me permission to participate in a ceremony. I can truly say I came out of this thing just different. Drums, panic, goes black. There's a sap they rub on the hot stones. It's called copal, I think.
I thought, like, for years, like, maybe I was, kind of afraid of going to ceremonies because of what I might be confronted with internally, especially peyote meetings.
Oh, I bet.
And because the peyote, for us, is an entity. It's not just a plant. And it's not a drug or anything like that. It's a medicine that has a conscience, a being of its own. And it's a teacher in some sort of way. But it's sort of like this. There would be situations where I would say something or do something, and a specific character defect would come out. And I would see that specific character defect.
Oh, like
right
on you? Kind of
in
on
me
you?
And coming out of me and around me, just what
Wow.
I said or what I was doing.
Yeah.
And that was the medicine saying, look, motherfucker, this is what you need to look at. And maybe you need to reassess this.
I could see that even just with this without.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Dude, I just want to say, I'm so grateful to you right now that you let me do that. I mean, I had...
Yeah, help you out,
I had an experience in there, dude, and like... I thought this was gonna be some kind of guerrilla podcasting thing, and then I ended up, I don't know, man. I feel like I hope I can leave some of that stuff behind, but that's been a process of acceptance. Like you want to, like you're like, I've done enough. I've had enough pain. I've done enough inventory.
Yeah.
And then it just keeps coming up again and again, and you're like, am I just staying in this wound or what's happening? But I don't know. I felt that was different about that was a strength. Like there's different kinds of crying.
Yeah.
Like there's a grief and a yearning and a loss, and then there's like that was like I felt strength.
Yeah.
Like I felt the beat, like this beat in me. I don't hope I'm not sounding too over dramatic, but
no, you're good. Yeah.
But I felt this like strength thing, and that is not something I've associated with that pain yet. Like it was like I felt my heart being like stronger about it. That's great. Versus like kind of cower and like falling into myself. It felt like I stuck my chest out and like could feel okay.
Yeah.
I could feel myself moving forward or something.
That's a huge difference between, feeling dominated by it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I think too, and if I may say, like for me anyway, there were certain pains or wounds that I hung on to because they were such a huge part of my identity. And at some point I had to kind of, ask myself why I valued this certain thing as much as I did because I hung on to it for so long. And at some point I had to say, I'm willing to let this go because I no longer need the pain.
And man, it just cooked some darkness out of me, and I feel so privileged to share that with you. So this is just a short one, but I wanted to say hi, and I wanted to tell you I'm back here with Wandering the Isles. I hope you'll come back too. I want to say thanks as usual to Aaron Campbell, who does all the banjo music for the show. And for a really important person named Amy, who came back into my life after a long time. And she kind of blew some creative fire back into me I haven't felt in a long time. And I'm so grateful for her. And finally, a moment of, I guess, musically adorned memory to my friend Braden Hamilton and his family. This is his music underneath us here. Braden passed on into whatever's next this last summer. He had a profound impact on my life, and I miss you, man. All right, guys. I'm off to Chicago for a few days, and Wandering the Isles kicks back up for real this coming Friday. And wish me luck. I wish you luck. Let's all have some luck. Is there such a thing? I don't know. Okay, peace.